Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Zerulanji Zulu, and today I'll be talking about how to prepare for medical school. For those of you who will be starting first or second year, firstly, forgive my voice. I have a cold. I haven't been feeling too well lately, but I feel much better today. I haven't had the energy, but today I feel much better. Not there yet, but much better. Basically, I'll be talking to people who are entering first year or second year, and these are just tips I used when I was in first year. Firstly, I would advise you to get an idea of the courses that you're going to be studying, whether it's from your seniors, whether it's from the internet. Like obviously you know you're going to be studying medicine or whatever course it is you're going to be studying. Medicine, you go to your seniors, you ask them, oh, what does first year consist of? What courses you'll be taking? Just so that you have an idea of what's coming up. Or if you don't know any seniors, or if you don't have any seniors, you could go to the internet. YouTube is very useful. Could tell you, oh, first year you'll be taking biochemistry, this, and you just get like an idea of what biochemistry is. You don't need to start studying, but yeah, just get an idea. So that's what I would advise. That helped me very much. Till this date, it helps me. I always look at the courses I'm going to be taking way in advance. So this academic year's courses, I already know them. The next academic year's courses, I know them. And the year after that, I know them. But just the year you're starting is enough. Secondly is get resources for those courses that you'll be taking, whether it's past papers, whether it's websites, whether it's books. I'd advise you to get resources either from your seniors, from from the internet, wherever you can get resources from. And at this point, I think you've seen how important seniors are. Helpful seniors, because not all seniors are helpful. Be friends with someone ahead of you because they'll really help you. An aspect you may not understand, a course you may find hard, resources that they used, especially if you had the same lecturer, it makes life a bit easier for you. Yeah. So be friends. Number 3 is be friends with a senior. If you don't have a study routine that you used either in high school or in the previous year, make a study routine. Let me not say make, but learn your study routine, your optimal study routine. For instance, some people study better at night, some people study better during the day. If you already know those things, then well and good. If not, I'd advise you to adjust to that as you are entering first year. Plan ahead and adjust to that as you're entering first year or whichever year of school you're entering. For the study routine, personally, what worked for me or what works to this day for me is let me not say study routine, but let's say how I learn, my learning technique, which includes my study routine. Firstly, I don't write notes in class. I know that's something that a lot of people like to do, but personally, I find it doesn't help me to write notes in class. First of all, I'm a slow writer, so even though I start writing notes, I'll get left behind as the lecturer goes on. Secondly, I find it easier for me to learn when I'm just listening to something. When I'm listening to something in class, that's for class. I find it easier to learn when I'm just listening to something. I may not remember it, but I'll know it. I'll understand it when I'm just listening, when my attention isn't divided. Thirdly, what works for me is I record lectures. This is something I was very hesitant to do in my first years of university. I never used to like to record lectures. I used to tell myself like, listening to this man twice. I listened to him at school and at home. But trust me, for me, that was one of the best decisions I ever made. When I started doing it, when I was convinced to start doing it, it was one of the best decisions for me because I literally could. I used to pay attention in class, so me listening to that lecture was just like revision. And when I'm listening to that lecture, that's when I would write my notes. I found that better. You're basically revising and making your own notes in your own time, and you can move at your own pace. You can listen to it as many times as you want. In case there's a point that you missed, you can go back to it. Sometimes when you're feeling lazy to study, you can literally just listen to it like an audiobook. Yeah, you're driving to school, you're walking to your friend's house, you just put headsets on and listen to it. And yeah, I found that really helpful. But what works for me may not work for you, but it's just an example of what worked for me and what you could actually try. Next, I would also advise you to always ask for help. I mean, swallow your pride and ask for help, whether it's from that girl you have a crush on, whether it's from that person who you feel intimidated by, ask for help. Because at the end of the day, it's your education. Don't ever let your pride get in the way of your education. And if you look at it like this, in the real world, as a doctor, you always ask for help, you ask for second opinions, but if you can't adjust to that, I mean, you find it hard. You rarely treat patients alone. So ask for help. Ask. You don't understand, ask. You've forgotten, ask. I'm always asking for help whenever I get stuck with something. And it's been a real help to me, to my education. Next, I'd advise you not to follow crowds. So have friends, whether it's a group of friends, whether it's one or two friends, have friends, but know yourself. Know why you're in university. Have your own goals. Have your own milestones to achieve. Don't follow other people. The person that you might be following might not be in university for the same reason you're there. Not everybody goes to university to learn or to get that degree. Believe me, I've seen it. Not everybody goes there for the same reason that you're there. Yeah, so just have your own foundation. Don't be swayed by other people, even if it's your closest friend. Yeah, have friends that you have common interests and common goals with. That way, it will be easier for you to make like such decisions. To have a firm foundation, because once you need time alone to study or something, they would understand. Next, I would advise you to also have a study group. It might not be as easy as just saying, "Oh, I want a study group," and you have a study group, because you have to literally find people with similar interests, similar goals, similar drive as you, and you have to bring them together and adjust to that. Not just during exam time, but like throughout the semester. I feel that helps a lot. For me, it helped me when going through questions. We would mainly go through questions. We would also do notes. We usually do this around exam time, but I'm advising you not just to do it around exam time. It will really, really help you, because the way someone understands something is not the way you understand it. So have a study group, whether it's just the two of you or three of you, four of you, however many you are, but have a study group and try be consistent with it. Yeah. I would also advise you to have a social life. So I'll speak for medicine because I'm doing medicine. Medicine is, as I've mentioned before, it takes a toll on your life. It's a huge part of your life. 6 or 7 years, whichever one you're doing, is a lot. Sometimes it may feel overwhelming. And at the end of it, you want to look back and say, "Oh, I actually made this and these friends outside medicine." Make friends outside medicine, like outside, not just medical school friends. Have friends in other courses. Have friends from church. If you go to church, have a social life. A balance of both really gives you. It really takes some of that burden off your shoulders, of school, of this. Of course, you have to learn how to balance it, because of course all work and no play makes John a dull boy. You have to learn how to balance it, and that won't be instant. You might make mistakes, you might fall, but pick yourself up, try again. And lastly, I would advise you to involve God in all that you're doing, because at the end of the day, nothing will be possible without Him. Like, you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't have made that decision to start doing that course that you're doing, whether it's medicine, without Him. And trust me, you won't be a doctor without Him. And as much as you can, in all that you do, try to glorify Him. Yeah, that's what I would advise you to do. That's what's worked for me the past 3 years, and that's what I'm planning to use going forward. Of course, as I go forward, I'm learning new lessons, but so far, that's what's been working for me, and I would advise you to do the same, or try get 1 or 2 points that can help you. Not everything will work for you, but whatever you find working for you, use it.